Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Adelaide IceArenA for Game 6 of our SID Tange Under-18s National Championship. This morning we welcome Queensland and South Australia to take the ice for our very, very crucial game. Joined by today, Matus Trinker. I am losing my words here. So Jeremy Friedrich and Matus Trinker here to take you guys through the game. Matus, what do you think of the South Australian team's performance last night?
They really stepped it up from the game before, from game one. So it was good to see that their forward check was working a bit better and they cleaned it up a bit more in front of their net. So that was good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who don't know, South Australia coming off a 5-4 victory against Victoria last night. On the other side of the coin, we have Queensland, who is coming off of a 5-2 loss to New South Wales. The Queensland team yet to pick up their first win of the tournament, but they are always a force to be reckoned with in these tournaments, and South Australia will definitely have their hands full. It looks like for tonight we will have Ethan Meyer starting in net for the Queensland team. Ethan saving 83.3% of his shots so far. He is a very skilled goaltender who you've had the privilege of going up against in the JIHL. Matus Trinker, what are your thoughts on Ethan Meyer?
Very athletic goaltender, I would say. Moves very well. And yeah, I feel like rebounds are pretty good. Maybe that's the area he could improve a little bit. But yeah, we'll see how he's going to go in Tange, in his age level.
Beautiful. And on the other side of the coin, I believe we have Seth Anspach starting for South Australia. Seth sparking a very nice 81.8 safe percentage. You had the privilege of watching him in the first game when South Australia went down to Western Australia 6-3. What are your thoughts on Seth's game?
Again, very good first shot goalie. Again, an area that he could improve a bit more on is the rebounds, but I guess he might have been just the nerves in the first game, so we'll see how he's going to pull up this game as well.
Absolutely. And then in terms of the players to watch, we have for Queensland, Jamison, number 27. Jed Jamison scoring a goal and 2 assists so far in this tournament in the 2 games. He leads the Queensland team with 3 points. And on the other side for South Australia, Daniel O'Hanley, who has 3 goals and 1 assist, all 3 coming last night against Victoria. What did you think of Daniel O'Hanley's game last night?
Very, very solid performance from him last night as one of the leaders on the team. He really stepped up and showed that he's ready to play.
Yeah, definitely. We got to see Daniel O'Hanley forward playing all over the lineup. He was playing defense on the penalty kill, on the power play. A very versatile player, so it'll be interesting to see how he steps up again tonight.
And he's definitely not afraid to get into the dirty areas as well. So
no, definitely a good physical player. And another player that is a question mark, which we will see warming up today, is Daniel Kudelka. What can you tell us about the South Australian captain?
Well, he spent last season in Czech Republic playing with the Cobra Prague. Very, very skilled defenseman, very fast, very smart as well. So it's going to be a big game for them if he's able to play. We'll see how he pulls up, but he's known to go through pain, so he should be fine.
No, definitely. And for those who don't know, this is a 5-team tournament. Each team plays each other once, and the top 4 make the finals. So a big game here tonight, because obviously you can't afford to lose many games in tournaments like this, and you really have to try and beat the teams that are around you. So we've got 2 teams that will definitely be looking for that final spot. 2 teams that every year tend to be in very close games, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these teams match up again this year.
Yeah. So Jeremy, you've played Tange before. What would you like to see SA to do against Queensland? Because he obviously wears Queensland in Tange, and you might know better than me.
Yeah. So look, a big part of Queensland's game is they have a lot of skilled players. You know, they're a very, very good, talented team, and I think South Australia has to bring the intensity from the start, because you can't let teams get comfortable. It's a really good privilege to play in your own rink. Something that not every team has a chance of doing, and obviously, and yeah, you really want to try and make the most of that. So this rink, as I'm sure you know as well, definitely has its quirks, its awkward bounces and everything like that. And yeah, you're going to have to try and make the most of the rink you have available to you. So definitely just have to bring the intensity from the start. Exactly.
As I said before, I said yesterday, both teams play on the same rink, so there should be no real excuses. And both of them had trainings here before, so it should be fine.
Yeah, beautiful.
What do you think about the Queensland team? What should they do?
Yeah, so, I mean, with Queensland, obviously they're coming off of 2 losses, and they play Western Australia tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. For their last game of the tournament. Western Australia, a team that's currently been running through the tournament very, very hot. So I think they've identified this game as a game they have to win. Obviously, if they lose this one and lose to Western Australia, they're out for the finals. So this is going to be a crucial game for these guys, and it'll be interesting to see how they react. One notable change in goal. It looks like it is Ronan Ahoy. So Ronan Ahoy scoring an 84.4 save percentage, and we'll get to see him as well. Another goalie that you've had the privilege of seeing in the AJIHL. What did Ronan look like to you?
Yeah, so I think it might have been the finals when I was versing him, so I can't remember too much because I was really focusing on me playing my game and just not worrying about anything else too much. So I can't remember too much, but it was a good goalie battle. And yeah, it's just the little details that won us the game, I guess.
All right. So
what do you think, Jeremy, about the goaltending?
Very, very talented goaltending in Queensland, and I think this will be a very nice goalie battle.
Definitely.
All right. As we are about to get underway, Queensland starting in the middle with Tom Story, Campbell, and Fixter on his wings, and it looks like it will be number 10 Benjamin Warden in defence with number 4 Luca Umek. And for South Australia, Daniel Henley 62, Julian Friedrich 68, Young and Song 42, Aidan Shea 57, and Grady O'Brien 48. South Australia getting to work in the offensive zone early. Here is Friedrich. Friedrich walking out to the slot. Good shot and a glove there by Ronan Hoy, who 18 seconds into the first period is tested by Julian.
Yeah, a very good battle in the corners. So we see 2 AIHL players here, Julian Friedrich and Daniel Hanley playing in a Tange, which is, I would say, the players are not as strong, so you can definitely see the physical advantage these players got over the kids their age.
All right, face-off one there by number 40 for Queensland. Rimmed up the boards, but chipped just past O'Brien by Middleton. Hughes picks it up. Hughes tries to move it across, but intercepted there by Shea. Working down and out of the zone there is the South Australian defenseman. Offside and picked up by Shea. Shea reverses to Grady O'Brien. A little trouble receiving that one, but feeds it out to Young and Song. Off the stick of Song and onto the stick of Friedrich. Friedrich spinning past a couple defenders as he takes it wide. Flips it in on goal. Good save there by Hoy and bounced out behind him. Stick check there by Boyd. Good hit by Friedrich, but that's going to be, I believe, boarding. So as South Australia touch up that puck, Julian Friedrich, 68, goes into the penalty box for Lawsby, but I believe that is boarding.
Yeah, I mean, pretty sloppy start from both teams. So I feel like both teams are just trying to find their legs a little bit after an early wake-up and a couple of games yesterday. So it's going to be interesting to see how the game's going to evolve. Absolutely.
And I think, like you spoke about with the AIHL experience, some of the things that are happening in this game probably don't get caught in the AIHL, and I think it's a really important thing. I think we've got a few players around this tournament that have the chance to play in our men's top league, and they have to adjust, which is amazing.
I guess it might be because of the stronger players in the AIHL. You need to push them a bit harder, and then you get to this level, and yeah.
All right, Queensland getting to work on the power play early in the first period. Good shot there from Jamison. Good save by Anspach, and that goes past the stick of Jamison and onto the stick of Trinker, who clears the zone, and South Australia will get to work on the PK forecheck. Williams and Umet going back for the puck. Good battle there by Williams just to kill some time off the clock. Williams still moving the puck on the boards. He's doing a good job there on the penalty kill, but the Queensland team looking to finally get possession back on their sticks. Chipped up the boards, and it will be picked up by Warden. Warden skating out wide. Gets the puck over the blue line and turned over there by Dominic Trinker. Good puck battle there once more for the South Australian team. Moved up to the point there, and a good shot there from Middleton that's blocked by the stick of James Williams. Daniel Kadoka getting a stick on that one and out of the zone. Chip back in there for the Queensland to get back to work. Here is Warden once more. Warden taking it wide. In behind the net. Setting up behind the net is Warden. Warden moves it out to the half boards for Maley. For Moley. Moley back to Warden. Warden out to the wing. Good shot. Good save there by Anspach on Middleton. Here's Warden behind the net again. Walking out to the slot. Blocked there by Shea, and that will go out of play.
We've seen a couple of good saves by Anspach, and it just comes from his positioning. So, well done for the team so far.
Yeah, definitely an interesting start to the period. As always, really busy start. Obviously, a penalty kill in the first couple of minutes isn't ideal, but the Queensland power play getting to work. Some good play behind the net there, and they're looking to get something set up. All right, face-off one there by the Queensland team. Setting it back up to Oxlade and turned over there. Lucas Gavin on a breakaway. Lucas Gavin on a short-handed breakaway, walks in, shoots, and a good save from Ronan Hoy, who gets tested there on the penalty kill. What did you think of that save there from Hoy?
Very good save. He just stayed on top of his crease, didn't give the player any chance to shoot, and yeah, he just covered the net pretty well.
Yeah, definitely a good one there. Unfortunate there from Boland to run into the linesman. Not something you like to see, but they get back to work. Here's Fixter taking it wide on Gabriel Kudelka, chipping it into the zone, and glove there by Anspach. So a good hold there from Seth Anspach as South Australia have 22 seconds left to kill. Thoughts on the Queensland power play so far?
Well, we didn't get to see too much of it, but puck, I would like to see better puck movement and a bit more shots, but yeah.
So puck battle there in the corner, picked up by Story. Story wheels it behind the net. Queensland still trying to set something up down low. Good shot, glove there by Anspach and out to Story. Story picks it up to Boland. Boland with some pressure, rims it back down. Picked up there by Campbell. Campbell rims it back to Story. Team's now at even strength. Queensland looking to get set up again. Rimmed around the boards there by Song and picked up on the half boards by Moley. Going to work again in the corner is the Queensland team. Hit there by Gabriel Kudelka. Still got possession there is Queensland. Turned over though up to Yong and Song on the boards. Good hit there, but Friedrich picks it up. Friedrich taking it wide on Umet. Friedrich coming in, cuts through the middle. Friedrich on Hoy and wide. Good play there, picked up by Umet. Umet banks it up the boards to Story. Story wheeling into the offensive zone, rims it around, and it will be Grady O'Brien to get there first. O'Brien chips it up the boards to Friedrich. Friedrich trying to get it out of his defensive zone. Turned over there by the Queensland forecheck though. And a puck battle on the boards. Puck makes its way down into the South Australian defensive zone corner. O'Brien picks it up, tries to rim it up the boards, but intercepted by the Queensland defender. Picked up now by Middleton in the offensive zone corner, and a big hit there from Shea, but it will be picked up again by the Queensland team. Only as far as almost Umet, but out and a regroup for Queensland. Here's Warden. Warden forecheck by Nikita Loria. Finds the stick of, I believe that was, let me find his name on the list, McElligott. So we'll get that one right after a few tries. Here is Dominic Trinker behind the net, passing it up the boards to James Williams, who picks it up and moves it out to Loria. Loria taking it wide on Umet, takes a shot just wide of the net there of Hoy, and that puck will make it almost all the way out, but Damon Von Einem keeping it in the zone there. Here is Daniel Kudelka moving it up to Nikita Loria. Loria across to Von Einem, and Von Einem will chip it up down to Williams. Intercepted there by Warden. Warden regroups and hit there by Williams. Good offensive pressure here from South Australia, looking to create something for the first time really this game. As Warden and Williams go to work, Middleton picks it up. Middleton with McElligott, finds McElligott. It's a 2-on-1 here for Queensland. McElligott shoots and scores! A great shot there from Harrison McElligott, who finds the post and in on the right-hand side of, or left-hand side of Seth Anspach.
Oh, it was a very great shot by the player, by Mr. McElligott. I guess it was just a good shot. It's very, very tricky to save one of these straight off the post. What do you think, Jeremy? No,
beautifully placed shot there from Harrison McElligott. Definitely a very nice play. Queensland, I think, just showing that that early pressure that they tend to bring. Here is Bond. Bond moving it across and out of his defensive zone. Story picks it up but intercepted by O'Hanley. O'Hanley getting to work off of that hat trick he had last night against Victoria. Looking to create some offense here for South Australia, who look to bounce back. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien to Song. Song with some space in the neutral zone, gets over the blue, chips it back to Julian Friedrich. Friedrich takes the shot, glove there by Ronan Hoy. A very nice save from Ronan Hoy to snatch that one out of the air.
Yeah, good battle through traffic. He found the puck and he just didn't let any rebounds out, which is very important as a goalie. And he's settling very well into the game so far, so good to see.
O'Hanley and Story getting to work on the draw. O'Hanley wins it back, won by Friedrich. Friedrich shoots low and off the pad of Hoy, who makes another very nice save. Here is Shea at the blue line, shot just wide of the net there, and it'll be Grady O'Brien getting to work. O'Brien sending it back into the corner, but Campbell picks it up first. Campbell hit there by O'Hanley, only as far as O'Brien's stick, but bounced up and over. Here is O'Brien regrouping across the defensive zone to Aidan Shea. Shea chips it in, but only as far as the Queensland defender's stick in Bond, and that is a delayed offside, which will get blown down. So 9-12 left to go in the first period. Queensland leading 1-0 over South Australia. What are your thoughts so far on the Queensland team?
So far, very solid defensively. They're keeping the shots to the outside, which is fairly easy for the goalie to save. So I would say very good job by the Queensland defense. And yeah, we just seen the SA's first line trying to step the intensity by playing somebody. So yeah.
Here is Nikita Lauria getting to work in the defensive zone. Kimmett moves it up the boards there and only as far as Gabriel Kudelka, who met and Trinker getting to work here, and they move it into the South Australian offensive zone. Here's Umet and now Lauria getting to work. Moved up to Kimmett. Kimmett sends that one into the defensive zone of South Australia and picked up there by Swaddling. Behind the net for the Queensland team, moved up to Warden. Warden down low once more for the Queensland to set up. Behind the net is Queensland working up real hard there on a nice board battle. It is De Graaf with the puck. Now on the half boards, De Graaf rims it back down low to Swaddling. Kudelka and Swaddling getting to work, and De Graaf coming in to help. De Graaf, Swaddling and Kudelka, and now Dominic Trinker getting to work here for the defensive zone puck battle. Here is Daniel Kudelka chipping it up the boards to Warden. Good hit there from Nikita Lauria as it goes back down into the defensive zone corner. Here's Luca Lauria. Luca Lauria finding the stick of almost his brother, but Warden getting in the way there. Warden and Lauria getting to bat for the puck, and a good hit there from Nikita Lauria to start creating some offensive zone pressure. Lauria, Warden getting to work there, and Swaddling. Lauria, Swaddling and Warden, and it'll be Umet who picks it up. Umet wheeling out of the defensive zone through the legs of McGrath, and that will be icing.
So yeah, again, as I said, we've definitely seen SA team pick up the intensity and try to throw the body a lot around. So we'll see how that's going to work out for them.
Yeah, here is a nice little replay of the forecheck there. So South Australia brings a good forecheck. Queensland looking like they like to get the pucks deep.
Yeah.
Lots of dump and chase. Very effective North American style of hockey.
Yeah, definitely.
As two Europeans, we're definitely not as familiar with. But O'Hanley wins it to Friedrich. Friedrich just over the shoulder of Hoy. And it will be Gabriel Kudelka who gets there first. Trying to get it back down in the defensive zone corner. Kept out of the zone there, by Von Einem. Friedrich moves it across to Aidan Shea, but just too far for his reach. Umet to the stick of O'Hanley. O'Hanley moves it back to Friedrich. Friedrich just resetting for a little bit and moving it to O'Brien. O'Brien taking it over the red line, but losing that puck just off his stick there as Warden dumps it back down. And South Australia will regroup. Here is Julian Friedrich. Friedrich getting to work there, pressured by Hugh Campbell. And Friedrich just getting it out of the zone there to O'Hanley. O'Hanley getting to work on Story and picked up there by Campbell. Campbell gets it nice and deep in the South Australian defensive zone as Queensland get to work once more. Picked up there is O'Brien. O'Brien moves it across to Shea, but just too far for his reach as Story picks that one up. Story through the defensive zone there. And that will be a defensive zone exit for Lucas Gavin for South Australia. Gavin over the blue line, delays there, creating some space. Here is Gavin. Gavin to Shea. Shea shoots, and a good save from Ronan Hoy.
So far, very, very solid game, very close game. We've seen Shea shoot a lot from the blue line, and he's scored in one of those. So I guess that's what SA is trying to maybe get him to do, to shoot more pucks on the net and hope for the best.
What can you do there with a shot from the point? What do you need to do as a goaltender?
As a goaltender, if there's a traffic, you definitely try to look around the traffic and find a puck. And yeah, and obviously there should not be any rebounds if there's no traffic in front of you when there's shot from blue line.
All right, here is Queensland and South Australia getting to work. It looks like Collins will be picking up a penalty there for interference potentially, or holding. And Queensland get to go to work on the power play once more. So yeah, Collins going for interference there. Queensland, a little bit, it was almost difficult because you get a power play so early in the game, you're probably not in it yet. This is going to be a good chance to see what their power play looks like.
Oh yeah, and this penalty just comes straight from just Queensland moving their feet a lot, and SA is being a bit too lazy and trying to slow down the speed of Queensland players.
So here is Warden on the draw with Trinker. Trinker wins that one back to Shea. Shea off of the feet of the Queensland forechecker and on the stick of Dominic Trinker. So Dominic Trinker chipping that one in and all the way down to Hoy. So Umet will go pick that one up for the Queensland penalty kill, and Julian Friedrich to Dominic Trinker there on a little forecheck, and South Australia will regroup on the penalty kill. Here's Daniel O'Hanley chipping that one only as far as Warden. Warden pressured there by Friedrich as Friedrich chips that one down to Umet. Umet will look to regroup once more. Queensland finally getting their power play over the blue line, and here is Jamison. Jamison trying to get it all the way across, but picked up by Middleton. Middleton back to Umet. Umet down to Jamison once more. Jamison once more. And Umet will pick that one up again. Umet behind the South Australian net. Umet hit there by Daniel O'Hanley. Awkward one into the referee once more. We've had a couple of those this tournament. But Daniel O'Hanley moves that one up the boards, and that will be out of play. So Queensland, a little bit of a struggle to set up. A good forecheck there from South Australia to create a penalty kill situation where they almost got a nice shot off of it. But Queensland resetting, and they go back to work on their power play.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see their power play working out because, yeah.
No, definitely it's struggle sometimes to get going on these power plays. Also, like you said, you've got some experienced penalty killers in the South Australian team with Daniel O'Hanley and Julian Friedrich there, and Dominic Trinker definitely creating some physical space there. You really don't give them much, and you need an aggressive forecheck, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. SA's forecheck's taking the space pretty well for the Queenslanders to set up some power play in the offensive zone. So. It's good to see.
So Campbell and Williams go to work on the draw. Kudelka picks that one up and chips it all the way down to, I believe that is Boland's stick. So Queensland will regroup through Boland. Up the boards and almost out, but it'll be turned over there by the South Australian forecheck. Here's Williams. Williams to Kudelka. Kudelka shot and saved by Hoy. Here's Boland. Boland chips that one up the boards to Campbell. Campbell forechecked once more there by Williams, who's getting to work there on the forecheck. Williams. Queensland finally almost getting it out of their defensive zone, but it is Williams trying to get one on net, but just high and wide. Song tries to chip that one up, and finally Queensland will get to work, only as far as the forecheck of Grady O'Brien. O'Brien getting to work behind the Queensland net, tries to turn that one over. Good stick check there from Hoy, and South Australia will get to work once more on the penalty kill. Here's Story. Story forechecked by Nikita Laurier. Good hit there. Daniel Kudelka chip pass, and it'll be a 3-on-1 for Queensland. Here is Queensland on the 3-on-1. Grady O'Brien with a great defensive play there to keep Queensland off of a shot on target. So Queensland now setting up in the offensive zone. A really good chance here as the team to go even strength. Here is Story. Shot, pad save there from Anspach and picked up by Fixter. Fixter shoots, another blocker save there from Anspach. Queensland just keeping that momentum going for them here. Hit there is Trinker. Trinker and O'Brien getting to work, but the puck makes its way to the slot. Here is Laurier. Laurier chipping that one out of the defensive zone, and it will be picked up by Umet. Umet chips that one up the boards and onto the stick of Julian Friedrich, who will regroup there for South Australia. Friedrich moves it up and across to the stick of Aiden Shea, who gets over the blue line, and much like we've seen today, another shot from the blue line there from Shea, who's definitely got a powerful one there. And as the puck rims up and out of play, we will have our first whistle.
Yeah, Queensland was really struggling to get something going on the power play, but then straight as the power play expired, they ended up getting some shots on the net that are a little bit dangerous. So it was good to see that they woke up after the power play. But yeah, also with a pinch with Daniel Kudelka there on the boards, we've seen before on the PK, it's a bit tough decision to make, but on the PK you should probably just stick to playing a bit more defense than trying to pinch and keep it in offensive zone.
So Queensland getting back to work up and out of their defensive zone as it's picked up by Gabriel Kudelka. Kudelka only makes it as far as Middleton, but a really good defensive play there from Lucas Gavin to turn that one back over. Umet finds the stick of Hodges. Hodges only as far as Williams, and it'll be Shea to pick it up. Shea over the red line, gets another one on net, and just over the glove of Hoy there. Here is Hodges. Hodges chips that one up, and only as far as Luca Laurier, who gets a shot blocked there, and Gavin will go pick it up in the corner. Gavin up to Laurier. Laurier turned over, and Hodges picking it up and moving it across to Middleton. Here is Middleton taking it wide on Daniel Kudelka. Middleton skating up and delaying as he creates a little bit of space there. Here's Middleton. Middleton shot across the crease there, but no one could tap that one home as Luca Laurier dumps that one down, and that'll be icing. So shots on goal here. We have 2:59 left to play in the first period. South Australia with 10, Queensland with 6. However, Queensland lead 1-0.
Yeah, with this last play where Luca Laurier has the puck, you would like to see his teammates give him a bit of a heads up that he's got a bit more time and just chip it into the neutral zone rather than icing it. But it's not a bad call to ice it either, because you're under pressure. You've been under pressure for a while, and you just kind of need to regroup. And if you win a face-off, it's an easy puck possession. If you don't, then you at least regroup.
Williams moving that one up to Gavin. Gavin chipping that one into the defensive zone, but not all the way down for icing, so South Australia will get their change. Here is Bond. Bond wheeling it out of his defensive zone. Still got a bit of space. He finds Campbell. Campbell tries to move that one up to Story, but Friedrich picks that one up. Friedrich wheeling past Bond there. Friedrich got the stick of O'Hanley and just over there as it makes its way to the corner. Here's Campbell. Campbell only as far as O'Brien, and it'll be picked up by Shea. Shea off of the stick of a defensive player, and that'll be out of play. So another whistle there as the teams get to reset a little bit. Really nice play there from Lucas Gavin to chip that one from behind his red line, but not ice it. That's a skill that's very difficult.
Exactly, very smart play by Lucas Gavin. Really stepped out there and let his teammate change and yeah, let his first line go to work. And then I really like the play by Aiden. He keeps it really simple, just puts it on the net and hopes for the best. And you can't really mess it up if you just shoot it on the net.
So O'Hanley and Molly getting to work there. O'Hanley wins that one back over his defenseman in O'Brien, and it will be South Australia who regroup. O'Brien chips that one up the boards and out of the zone as Bond goes to work. Bond wheeling through the South Australian defensive zone, picked up there by Friedrich. Friedrich chips that one up, but not out of the zone as Story picks that one back up. Or Jamison shoots and just off the crossbar there. So Jamison looking to add to his goal tally in this tournament. Had a nice turnover there by the South Australian defenseman and almost a nice goal.
And definitely a very nice shot. Yeah, I would say Seth was a little bit more square. No, he wasn't completely scoring the puck, and he was more shifted to one side. And Jameson seen the opening in the net, and he almost scored. So
Trinker getting to work there on the face-off against Swaddling. Behind the net is the Queensland team moving it up to Umet. Umet chips it past Luca Laurier's forecheck there, and Umet gets to work. Backdoor pass, and just off the stick of Swaddling, who almost creates a second chance there as Queensland get to work in the slot and score! There it is. Queensland with their second goal of the game through, I believe, that was Lachlan Swaddling, number 15. So some good work there from Swaddling to create a couple of opportunities, and we'll see this one back on the screen. So yeah, a little turnover there by Gabriel Kudelka. Umet taps that one onto Swaddling, and a good shot, 5-hole there.
Yes, it all started a couple seconds before this, where Luca Lauria was near the blue line, and the defenseman he was about to hit, he hit him, but he went straight past him. So you like to see Luca Lauria pin the defenseman and let his other teammates take the puck. And then obviously Gabriel Kudelka as a defenseman, you would like to see him really make sure the puck leaves the zone rather than trying to go for a break or whatever.
So here is South Australia, who now have a very big task on their hands to regroup and get this game back where it needs to be. Hoy will cover that one, and we will get, with 1:31 left to play in the first period, a South Australian offensive zone face-off. What do you need to see here? What needs to be different from South Australia to get them back in the game?
Well, they got their big guns out right now, so you would definitely like to see some intensity, some really big hits, and at least some dangerous shots on the net to get some momentum going into the next period.
So Story and O'Hanley on the draw here. O'Hanley ties up Story. Friedrich will pick that one up, makes his way through, and a good save there from Ronan Hoy. Friedrich getting to work there on the boards against Campbell. Campbell works his way through that one and chips that one almost onto the stick of Story, but it is Aiden Shea who will go back for that one. Shea and Story, good hit there from Story as Shea still keeps possession. Turned over there behind the net by Campbell. Campbell getting to work in the South Australian defensive zone. Pressured there by O'Hanley. O'Hanley, Kudelka, Story, and Campbell getting to work on the board battle there as it makes its way somehow through the feet of Kudelka and back onto the boards. He's doing a good job protecting the puck there, and Daniel O'Hanley picking that one up. Daniel O'Hanley chips that one up and out, and it'll be Bond and Friedrich going to work there for the puck. So Friedrich and Bond. Bond gets there first, chips that one up to Bolland. Bolland kept in there by Shea, and it'll be South Australia getting to work for the last 42 seconds on the offensive zone. Here's O'Hanley, shot off of the post there by O'Hanley, and Friedrich gets to work behind the net again. Friedrich makes its way up to O'Brien. O'Brien shoots, and a good glove save there from Ronan Hoy.
Very nice save through traffic again. Yeah, the goalie really came into play, and he's making some great saves so far. No rebounds, very nice and a good save.
Yeah, definitely. You'd like to see Friedrich get in front of his eyes a little bit more there. You've got a big body in front. But yeah, Queensland will take that. So 30 seconds left to play. It is South Australia getting to work through Shea. Shea rims that one around, and it'll be Nikita Laurier to get there first. Laurier and Warden battling for the puck. Laurier makes its way up to Trinker. Trinker loses possession there, but O'Brien keeps that one in the offensive zone as Laurier tries to get to work, but Umet keeps that one from making its way to the net. Umet tries to get that one out. Shea fumbles that one. It's going to be a nice breakaway for Queensland, who shoot and score with 6 seconds left to play on the clock. I believe we'll try and get the number of the goal scorer there. But that is a very nice goal for Queensland, who score through number 47, I believe that was, Jack Moley. So Moley making it 3-0 for Queensland here. A very, very nice goal there for the Queensland team, who just continues to show that exertive pressure.
Yeah, well, it's really can't happen 8 seconds to the end of the game there, or 4 seconds, how much left? I think it's, yeah, 4. They're just gonna get a breakaway or like 2-on-1, so it's a really bad finish to the period from SA, and very good finish to the period from Queensland. So
yeah, definitely going to be a test to South Australia's character here. You're down 3-0 at the end of the first period. A great start for Queensland, who, despite being up 3-0, are being outshot 13-9. So they're doing a really good job of making the quality chances count, because that's it's not always about the shot count, is it?
Definitely. If the shots are coming from the outside, it's fairly easy for the goal, as I said before, to save it. So if the shots are coming mostly from blue line, there is no traffic in front of the goalie, like it's a fairly easy save. And if they're coming from the outside, from the boards, it's fairly easy save as well. So what SA probably needs to do right now is just get in front of the goalie and take his eyes away and get some past him, and then maybe shake his confidence a little bit, and that's what they need to do. And Queensland just needs to keep what they're doing and keep the shots to the outside and trust the goalie.
Yeah, so a very experienced voice here in Mateusz Trinka, who has been on both ends of a scoreline like this, and very lucky to be joined by him today, a world champion, a national champion in both the AJ, IHL, and the Australian Under-20s World Championship gold medalist team. So a very, very experienced head here, an Adelaide Adrenaline netminder as well. So we've got a lot of experience here, and yeah, definitely, just as Trinka said, there's a lot that South Australia need to get going, but if you look at this game and look at a 3-0 scoreline, it's very difficult to try and believe that you'll come back. I think you have to break it down, period by period, get a couple goals.
Definitely not even period by period. I would say maybe like 5-minute segments or like 3-minute segments. You just need to go shift by shift, get some quality shots in, get maybe some good hits in, and just you need to start by small steps, and it's just studying the little things right, and it's gonna end up being good.
Absolutely. And a bit of an interesting one, but if South Australia do get the first goal, I think we've both been privy to an unfortunate comeback against us. What does Queensland need to do to keep their calm and composure if they let one in early?
Well, it's very important the first 3 and the last 3 minutes of the period. So as you've seen, Queensland just scored in the last 4 seconds of the period, which is a big momentum for them going into the next period. And yeah, the first 3 minutes, they should just kind of try to keep the pucks in a neutral zone, offensive zone, and when they get scored on, they should just try to get some momentum back by playing body or just getting some shots into the goalie and getting some offensive zone time.
All right, so we are about to get the second period underway. Looks like South Australia will go back to their trusted line of O'Hanley, Friedrich and Song. And for Queensland, it looks like we'll be starting with Bolland and Bond on the defensive end. And I believe it'll be Story's line going up against them. So in defence for South Australia, we have Gabriel Kudelka, and we haven't iced our second defenseman yet. But once they get there, we'll let you know who that is. And yeah, for Queensland, it will be Story, Campbell, and finally for South Australia, it looks like it'll be O'Brien. And for Queensland, it is Fixter. So Story and O'Hanley getting to work on the face-off. O'Hanley wins that one back to O'Brien. O'Brien taking it over the red line and getting that one on net and gloved by Hoy.
So this is what you want to see exactly after you get it scored, or after in the last couple of seconds. Just get it on the net, get some offensive zone time, and we'll see what I can produce there.
Yeah, definitely. So good test to the character here, but here is Friedrich working around behind the net. Friedrich rims that one around. O'Hanley, great save there from Hoy. Song getting to work, and the net comes off there. But that is an unbelievable save from Ronan Hoy, who catches another one to the chest there of Friedrich. So really, really good start there from Ronan Hoy, who, like we said, needed to be switched on.
Definitely. A couple of great saves, just staying really nice and calm and making it simple for himself. Just letting the puck kind of hit him instead of trying to embattle the puck. Very, very, very nice looks from him.
Yeah, definitely seeing a very calm and composed goalie here. Daniel Hanley definitely isn't privy to missing many chances like that. A hat-trick last night, so that was a really good save there. Here's South Australia getting back to work through Laurier behind the offensive zone net. Laurier getting to work there, tries to wrap it around, and a good save there from Hoy. Picked up by Trinka, who brings it back behind the Queensland net, and it'll be a little puck battle there from, I believe that is Nikita Loria, who picks that one up back to Dominic Trinker. Trinker and Boland getting to work there. And it will be Queensland working their way out of the zone onto a 2-on-1 there. And a 2-on-0 Middleton. Middleton shoots, and a good save there from Seth Anspat, who needed to be strong to keep South Australia in that one.
You would like to see, on 2-0, you would like to see the player pause and really make it count, because he just wasted an opportunity for a goal. Even though there was a great backcheck by Loria, but you need to get the goalie moving. Like, if he passed it on top of the circles there, it was just them two, and you'll get the goalie moving and open up a little bit, and it'll be a whole different scenario. But I guess you do what you think is the best at the moment, and it's not always easy to make these quick decisions.
Williams and Swaddling getting to work on the draw. Swaddling wins that one back over the stick of Olin there and out of the zone. So picked up there by Hughes, by Umet. Umet turns that one up and only as far as Gabriel Kudelka. So Kudelka chips that one back to Ung. Ung taking it over the blue line. Shot, good save there from Ronan Hoy, who continues to keep his rebounds controlled.
Exactly, that's very important for a goalie, as we mentioned a lot of times on this broadcast. So yeah, you would know something about it as well, Jeremy Friedrich.
Yeah, definitely. Ronan Hoy's a young goaltender still. He still has a year in the age group, but he's had the experience at the higher levels, and I think it shows. A very calm and composed goalie here. And he's doing a really good job. 18 shots and nothing against him yet.
Definitely. Well, I would say at this point it gets pretty easy. When you save 18 shots already and you don't let in a goal, you're really settling in, and it just becomes a lot more fun. And then when you start having fun, it's just the best way of playing hockey, just having fun, and just becomes so easy for you.
Song to Friedrich. Friedrich shoots, and a good save there from Hoy, who continues to see the puck through traffic and continues to be a standout player for tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
South Australia. What can we do? So who are we looking at to step up and get a goal here? So yeah, you see there, good vision.
Well, I feel like Daniel Haley's got 3 goals yesterday, but you would probably like to see maybe even some young guys like Loria or Trinka step up a little bit more. They got a good shots on them, and they should really use them a bit more.
So South Australia going to get to work on the power play here. Friedrich takes that one, sends it as far as Daniel O'Hanley. O'Hanley to Friedrich's stick, and it will be blown down. So first power play opportunity here for South Australia. And
this is exactly how Queensland should have responded to the goal in the last couple of seconds. They score a goal in like last 4 seconds, and then they spend the first 2.5 minutes in their defensive zone, taking a penalty, letting SA go into power play, and potentially letting them get a goal or something.
Yeah, so a new look power play here for South Australia with Daniel Kudelka making his way back. I think it will be Boland going to the box for Queensland, and the call will be interference. So
yeah,
Boland for interference.
Whereas this is the perfect stuff for SA after letting him go in that late, so we'll see how the game's going to go.
So O'Hanley getting to work there on the face-off against Story. Story wins that one back. It makes its way back to Hoy. Hoy poke checks that one out, and it will be Dominic Trinker to pick that one up behind the zone. So Dominic Trinker onto the stick of Friedrich. Friedrich moves that one across to Kudelka. Kudelka walking in, moves that one back to Friedrich, but out of the zone there. So Friedrich will have to regroup. Friedrich picked that one up. Checked there by Story. Friedrich taking that one wide. Didn't really have to make that play there. I think we would probably like to see a regroup, but South Australia get to work again. Here is O'Hanley. O'Hanley wheeling that one through the zone. We've got a Queensland player losing his stick, and a good shot there from O'Hanley.
I would say this is not the worst play he could have made. He just drew an offensive face-off, and they can just regroup and get something going in the offensive zone rather than just trying to wheel it in and getting the puck taken away again. Yeah,
good vision there from Hoy, who now gets up to 21 shots against. So, like you said, it definitely gets easier the more you settle in, but he's definitely been made to work for it. So a very good job here so far.
Again, at some point it just becomes too much, and the goalie starts wearing down, and then it snaps, and But again, that's a different scenario.
So
and hopefully that's not going to happen.
Queensland chipping that one down through Kimmett. Kimmett and Kudelka going to work for the puck there, as Kimmett does a very good job of protecting that one against Daniel Kudelka. Picked up there by Nikita Loria, Daniel Kudelka, and back to Julian Friedrich, who will reset. A minute left on the South Australian power play, who we really would like to see get going if South Australia is going to get back into this game. And in through the zone, through Daniel O'Hanley, picked up by Loria, but only as far as Julian Friedrich's stick. So Julian Friedrich's turning, resetting, and it will be Friedrich getting to work here for South Australia. Friedrich walks in, bounces over his stick, and he has to delay. Friedrich, 38 seconds left on the power play. Here is Trinker. Trinker down low, resets once more. Trinker moves that one up to Friedrich. Friedrich shot, blocked there by Trinker, but put back into the corner. Here is Williams. 27 seconds left to go on the South Australian power play. On the stick of a Queensland defenseman, only as far as Shea. Shea keeps that one into the offensive zone, but picked up by Umet. Umet forecheck there by Trinker. Picked up in the corner by Laurier, battling against Umet once more. 13 seconds left on the Queensland penalty as Dominic Trinker picks that one up. Dominic Trinker, 8 seconds left. Trinker fumbles that one, but picked up again by Trinker. Trinker up to Shea. Shea from the blue line. Shot and a very nice save by Ronan Hoy.
Yeah, well, as you gave these shots from blue line with no screen, it's just an easy save for a goalie. Yeah, you just really need to get some traffic in or move the puck a bit better before you shoot it. Because if the play on the blue line takes so much time to release and there's no traffic in front of the goalie, it's a pretty easy save.
Yeah, definitely with a goaltender like this as well, who's playing unbelievably well tonight. So Williams getting to work there on the face-off. Queensland now even, and Hodges will pick that one up. Hodges taking that one over the red line and putting it deep just as they need to do. Here is Gabriel Kudelka getting to work, turns that one over next to his net, and Gabriel Kudelka will pick that one up once more. Hit there on the stick of Bond. Bond rims that one right back around, and Kudelka will have to go pick that one up again. Kudelka makes it all the way up to Laurier. Laurier picks that one up, rims it back down to O'Brien. Grady O'Brien moves that one up the boards to Lucas Gavin, who chips that one into the middle to the path of James Williams, but hit there by, I believe that was number 40. So 40 for Queensland. I'm trying to find his name on the list.
There's no 40 on the list.
No, there's no 40 on the list, so we definitely have the wrong number there somewhere, but that's all right. Here is Kudelka. Oh, it looks like it's McGilligan with the goal already, so I don't know how we've forgotten that one, but that's all good. Here, we're looking at the wrong list.
Good job, Jeremy.
Tough performance here from the rookie commentators, but Hodges gets back to work down in the corner. Hodges and O'Brien getting to work. Good hit there from O'Brien and picked up by Hodges once more in the corner. Hodges and O'Brien getting to work. Good hit there from Hodges, and Moley gets to work. Good hit there, and that's going to be called for, I believe, interference. Roughing. So it's going to be 48, Grady O'Brien going for roughing, and Queensland get to work on the power play with 10:15 left to go in the second period.
I'm not really sure what happened there, but as we see here on the replay, it was. What do you think, Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if, like we said last night, actually, if you give the ref any reason to give a penalty, they have every right to make that call. So
yeah, and definitely, if it's on the edge, like you probably don't want to give the ref any chance to call it. So you probably want to just keep your emotions out of the way, and then.
Absolutely. So Campbell, Fixter, Story, Boland, and I believe that is Moley get to work for the Queensland power play as they look to extend their lead. Fixter rims that one around, but it will be Story and Friedrich going to work. Friedrich picks that one up, chips that one down, but only as far as the bench. And it looks like that will be a defensive zone face-off. So
you see Julian Friedrich trying to sell to the right. They were staying in the goal, interrupted the puck, and there should be a delay of game for 2 minutes, but I think that's the refs are really buying it.
I think that's pretty ambitious, but
well, you have to try.
You do. When you're down by 3, I think you have to try. Here is Campbell, poked off the stick there by Friedrich, and Shea will get to work there. Story and Shea getting to work. Shea turns that one over, and it'll be Friedrich to skate it out of his defensive zone. Here is Friedrich taking that one wide, wheeling through the defensive zone, and Story picks that one back up. Friedrich turns that one over there in the offensive zone corner and gets back to work against the boards. Friedrich against the boards on the puck battle for South Australia. So 3-on-2 there for Queensland. It'll just be a matter of time before that one gets worked out. And here is Queensland going back on the 3-on-2. Campbell gets over the red line, poked off the stick there by O'Hanley and rimmed down by Campbell. So Shea will get to work against Moley. Shea chips that one up the boards, but Moley keeps that one in the offensive zone and almost in a great scoring opportunity there. But here is Yongan Song. Yongan overskating that one and picked up there once more by Moley as Queensland dumped that one back in. O'Hanley going to work there. O'Hanley turns that one over to Fixter. Fixter in the slot, shot, and just wide there from Hodges, who has a great opportunity there to put that one in. Here is Trinker. Trinker chipping that one down, and Queensland will have to regroup. Trinker and Umet getting to work. Umet with a nice pass up the boards to Boland. So Hughes getting to work there against Williams. Good shot, blocked there by the South Australian defenseman. Here is Jamison. Jamison off the stick of Kudelka. Kudelka playing with his brother in the penalty kill. Here is Kudelka. Chip that one out past the stick of James Williams, and it'll be Umet to regroup. 20 seconds left on the Queensland power play, and they get to work once more. Offside just barely there by Queensland, and it will be blown down. So 15 seconds left to go in the Queensland power play. What are we seeing so far?
Not too much, to be honest. We'd definitely like to see a bit better zone entry from the Queensland's power play. Not rush it too much, just take your time a bit more. You got 2 minutes on the power play, it's a stop time. You need to take the time, you need to set it up. Because if you don't set it up, there's no point of you just fucking trying and yeah.
So here is Jamison getting to work. Poked off the stick there, Anspach. Moved across to Middleton. Team's almost at even strength. A good block there from Daniel Kadelka on Middleton's shot as he gets back to work down low. Here is Jamison. Jamison in the slot. Warden, good save there from Seth Anspach and just wide of the net there. Here is Jamison. Jamison rim down low to Hodges. Queensland playing it even, South Australia playing it even strength, but Queensland keeping up the possession. Turned over there by Warden. Warden in the offensive zone. Real good momentum here for Queensland as they look to add to their lead. Warden, O'Brien and Hodges getting back to work there. Down low is Jamison. Jamison up to Umet. Umet shot there, tipped down, but not all the way through to Anspach. And finally, the zone will be cleared for South Australia. Here is Trinker. Trinker trying to chip that one to Williams, but intercepted. Here is Hodges once more. Shot, pad save there by Anspach and picked up.
Very good response from Seth Anspach from the first period. We've all had a bit of a first periods that were a bit shaky. And then, yeah, it's not easy to pull up after the first shaky period, but then if you do, it's very good for the team and it can change the whole game.
Yeah, like we said, definitely a mental battle here. And look, 7:36 left to go in the second. Not ideal, but South Australia's held their own in this period. They just need to start scoring some goals.
Look,
obviously,
I guess if one team can score 3 goals in one period, why couldn't the other? So it's still...
it's still very much an open game.
Yeah.
So here is Fixter getting to work down low. Fixter passes that one across the zone to Holland. Holland shoots, and a good save there from Anspach. Picked up the rebound. Another great save, and they score! Queensland make it 4-0 through Campbell. So a nice goal there from Hugh Campbell in the slot, and that will be a 4-0 lead for Queensland. So really, really solid work there in front of the net. It looks like it was a shot from Boland from the outside, which made its way through to Anspach, and the little rebound there, which got cleaned up in the front. You'd probably like to see a defenseman there in the slot cleaning up.
Definitely, that's the same thing we talked about in the first game of South Australian team. They were really, really soft in front of the goalie and in the slot. They stepped it up a bit better in the second game, second and third period. So that's what you will...
Oh, and straight back the other way is Nikita Lauria on the face-off. Probably the only thing that South Australia could really do right now to get back in the game. And that one cancels that one out.
And I guess it shows the character that they don't stop trying even though they're 4-0 down, and good things happen when you try. And just put it on the net and look, it's just going to trickle in, and that's all you really need. And then you just start to get going. And this is exactly how you should respond to a goal. So very, very good response from very young line here. Second line of the SA team. Young, but very experienced line. 2 players playing overseas. I mean, 3 actually. Both Glorias and Trinka playing overseas last season. So I guess that comes with a bit of experience and.
So here is absolutely. Here is Gabriel Kadelka getting to work back in his defensive zone. Moves it up to Luca Lauria. Luca Lauria finding the stick of his brother, the goal scorer Nikita Lauria, who gets intercepted there, and it will be Queensland getting back to work. Chipped up the boards there.
And we start to hear SA bench a little bit more now, so I guess they're getting a bit into the game. So
here is Lauria giving a chase to the puck there. Lauria getting to work and hit there by Andy Doo. Doo moves that one up the boards and onto the stick of, very nice hit there from Von Einem on Moley. Makes its way back to Luca Lauria. Luca Lauria finds Dominic Trinker. Trinker chips that one up to Nikita Lauria, but only as far as the stick. And it's Dominic Trinker once more in the slot. Dominic Trinker, nice move and a great save from Ronan Hoy on the South Australian onslaught, who continues to get going. I think Anspach will tap that one onto Aiden Shea. Shea moves that one onto Von Einem. Von Einem with some time now to regroup. Here is Dominic Trinker. Bobs past his stick there, and it is McElligott getting back to work. Fumbled there by Doo, but Doo still has time and possession. Onto the stick of Hodges, who taps that one into the corner. Hodges and Shea getting to work now for Queensland and South Australia. McElligott makes its way into that puck battle too, and it will be Queensland who work their way out of the puck battle, but only as far as Shea, who once again turns that one back up the boards. Here is Hodges. Good hit there from Von Einem. by McGilligan on Von Einem, and it is Von Einem who chips that one out to Hodges. Hodges behind the net, gets a chance here to work his way out. Good save there in the slot. Great save from Seth Anspach, who once again found a Queensland stick by itself in the slot.
And again, this just can't be happening, getting these shots from the slots, because they're very dangerous, and they're very lucky Seth Anspach came to play the second period.
So yeah, that one will be sent down the ice for an icing. And yeah, with 5:19 to go, shots are 25 for South Australia to 19 for Queensland, but Queensland leading 4-1. What do Queensland need to do now? Obviously, 4-0 is a very comfortable lead, but you let one in, and
it is. But whereas 4-1 is still a very comfortable lead. So what you really need to do is just try to play a bit of a shutdown hockey. I don't know. It might be a bit too early, but it's kind of a coach call, I guess. But yeah, just drop one forechecker back and just play 1-2-2, and then yeah.
So here is Middleton working his way out of his defensive zone only as far as O'Brien. O'Brien taps on onto the stick of Gavin. Gavin shot tipped by the defenseman and picked up there by Ronan Hoy. So another good save there. Obviously, we saw it just before. A great save on the screen from him.
Yeah.
He continues to be very solid today, doesn't he?
Definitely. Except the one goal he let in the trinkle in a little bit, but it happens. And yeah, you would like to see on display defenseman just getting really out of the way and not putting his stick in the way, because it just made it so much harder for Hoy. And yeah, just as a defenseman, you really need to be helping your goalie rather than trying to make it hard for him, I guess.
So here is South Australia getting to work and picked up by Umet. Umet working back behind his net, rims that one around to the stick of Campbell. Campbell forecheck there by the South Australian team, and O'Brien will keep that one in the zone. Campbell and Gavin getting to work there on the boards, but puck makes its way out of the zone and onto the stick of Gabriel Kudelka. Gabriel Kudelka forecheck there by Fixter. Kudelka moves that one up the boards onto the stick of Friedrich. Friedrich worked there on Story and rims that one down onto the stick of James Williams. Williams getting to work there behind the net with Umet. Umet rims that one around, and it'll be O'Brien to get there first. O'Brien onto the boards there for Friedrich. Friedrich getting to work against two guys, and it will be Umet to pick that one up. Chipped up the boards there to Campbell, and Daniel O'Hanley bubbles that one, and it goes out the zone. Here is Gabriel Kudelka. Kudelka up the boards to O'Brien. O'Brien tapped onto Friedrich and onto Song. Song to O'Hanley, but only as far as the corner. Here is O'Hanley getting to work in the corner there with Story. Story picks that one up with a nice board battle, and it goes back into the same feet. Here's O'Hanley. O'Hanley and Story rimmed up the boards there onto the stick of Friedrich. Friedrich rims that one right back down into the stick of Umet. Umet picks that one up behind his defensive end and rimmed back around for the defenseman's stick. Queensland trying to get out of their zone. Obviously, they've been in the zone for a while now, and in the far change, that's a difficult thing to get. But South Australia continue to get to work. Here is O'Hanley. O'Hanley picks that one up and scores. So a pass there from Julian Friedrich, and Daniel O'Hanley continues to add to his very nice goal tally as South Australia pull it back to 4-2.
This was a very smart play. We've probably seen a couple of times that they tried it, but it never worked out. But finally see, I guess, working it out for them. Nice shot on the net. O'Hanley just comes in front of the goalie, grabs it, and goes around him. Not much you can do as a goalie, because you need to respect the shot, and then look, you would like to see his defense help him out a little bit. But very great response from the SA team, and 2 goals is a very uncomfortable lead, as we definitely heard a lot of times in our career. And because the SA gets one more goal and it's 1-goal game, and it's a lot of pressure on the Queensland team. What do you think, Jeremy?
Absolutely. So 3:26 left to go in the second period. It is now 4-2 for Queensland. Game opening up a little bit more as you start to hear the benches erupting. Here is Luca Loria behind the defensive end. Picked up there by, I believe that's Molly. Molly taking that one wide on Von Einem. Bit of spark here from Molly, who shoots that one just high and over the net, but picked up there by the Queensland defenseman. I think that one just makes its way out of play, and it will be a whistle. So, yeah, definitely it's going to be a bit of a test to the character of Queensland now. They're a very good team, but haven't had much of a lead this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage this one.
Exactly. Was it 3-1 and then 4-1, or was it 4-0 and then 4-1? Do you remember?
4-0, 4-1. Okay,
well, exactly. Now SA's got 2-goal momentum, which can be pretty dangerous. So
yeah, definitely. They're going to have to get out of this period. There's 3 minutes left. For Queensland, I think it's just about shutting it down like we talked about. You know,
definitely, and just also getting some momentum, spending some time in offensive zone like they're doing right now.
So
we'll see how this is going to work out for them.
Kudelka onto the stick of Loria. Loria turns that one up to McGilligan. McGilligan to Hodges. Hodges trying to work its way to the slot. Hodges still got it. Shoots, and just wide there as Nikita Loria picks that one back up. Chipped it only as far as the Queensland defenseman, but finally makes its way out of the zone for Warden. So Warden picks that one up, moves it across to Umet. And back to Warden as the Queensland team creates some space with those D to D. Only as far as the thick of O'Brien, though, who turns that one back up to Trinker. Trinker chips that one onto the path of Gavin. Gavin with a couple of goals already this tournament. He's working hard there on the forecheck once more, as he always does. And Hodges finally picks that one up, but only as far as Laurier. So Laurier regrouping here. A lot of speed in this young talent. Gets it only as far as Warden, though, who will be happily sending that one back down into the South Australian defensive zone. Here's Gabriel Kadoka. Kadoka chips that one up the boards to the stick of his teammate, and only as far as Hodges now. So Hodges wheeling back in, rims that one back down, as he's happy to constantly do here for Queensland, and Gabriel Kadoka will try and get that one out. Only as far as McElligott. McElligott moving that one back up to Umet. Umet shot, pad save there from Seth Anspach, and McElligott gets back to work in the corner. McElligott rims that one around. It is Middleton onto stick of here Hodges, who scores a very nice goal. McElligott, Middleton and Hodges combining for a very nice goal there.
So it's still a lot of times Queensland's trying to dump the pucks in and keep the puck low, and then they're getting that big boy 28 in front of the net, because if you look at the screen, you got 28 against 51, where there's a big size difference, and it's probably kind of hard for Kodoka to push out of the way Hodges, because Hodges is a bigger boy than Kodoka, so I guess that's what's been really working out for them.
So yeah, just like we said they needed to do, they needed to shut it down. They've gone and scored. So you know they'll be happy with that. Queensland continues the onslaught and the quality goals. You know they're not taking many shots, but when they're taking them, they're good shots. They're always from high quality areas, and I think South Australia will definitely need to shut down their defensive zone structure a little bit more. So. Going to be a face-off outside the zone. 1:35 left to play in the second period. Queensland up 5-2 against South Australia in what is a must-win game for both teams here. Definitely final spot on the line here. So Story and O'Hanley will get to work on the face-off, and it will be Shea. So Shea picks that one up, shoots it on Hoy, blocked out of play, and that will be a face-off once more inside the defensive zone for Queensland this time.
Yeah. Well, very interesting period for fans to watch. I guess a lot of goals have been scored this period as well, and it's a bit closer than the first. I mean, not really, because it's still 3-goal difference, but we at least seen the momentum go both ways, and yeah, we'll see how they're going to respond in the third period. We still got 1.5 left in this one, so
Story and O'Hanley getting to work on the face-off. 1:30 left to play in the second period. O'Hanley wins that one back to Von Einem. Von Einem shot blocked there by the defenseman. Picked up there by Campbell. Campbell hit by O'Hanley, and it will be going all the way down, but won the race there is the Queensland forechecker. So Shea getting to work there. They've blown it down for something. I'm not sure what, but
I think maybe they called an
I'm not sure if it's an icing, but whatever they call it, it will be a defensive zone face-off for Queensland, who gets one more try at getting out of their zone.
Yeah, we're hopefully not trying to ice it again, because it's not the smartest play. But look, if you got a fast skaters on your team and they can outskate the D, and that's all you need to do.
So O'Hanley and Story getting back to work on the stick of Friedrich. Friedrich chips that one down to O'Hanley. O'Hanley to the stick of Song, but just too far for him. Good save there from Ronan Hoy on the pickup from Song. Rims that one around only as far as Shea. Shea shoots, tipped by O'Hanley, who still has the puck in the slot. Getting to work there is Boland and O'Hanley. Here is Young and Song. Song getting to work there in the corner. A young player getting to play with two experienced heads in Daniel O'Hanley and Julian Friedrich. Song getting that one up the boards, but only as far as the Queensland stick. Here is Friedrich trying to work his way back to the middle. Friedrich works his way to the slot, shoots, and crossbar and out. Here is Von Einem, shot just wide of the net there as South Australia look to create one more chance here. 50 seconds left to go on the clock. Here is O'Hanley. O'Hanley working that one in the corner is O'Hanley. A very, very solid physical presence. Here's O'Hanley. Hit there. It's going to be a delayed penalty. Good save there from Ronan Hoy, but it looks like South Australia, with 30 seconds left to go in the second period, get one more run at this on the power play.
And it looks like it was just a high head. I guess it was just a bit of a size difference all again. Tall guy going into a bit small guy, but you need to be careful. You can't just lift your elbow out and hit the guy in the face. So you definitely need to be careful with your elbows here. Because if refs going to see contact into the head, they're going to call it straight away. Like, the refs are there to keep the player safe, and once there's a contact with the head, they probably have to call it, even if it's not as dirty as it should be. But
So Hunter Boland there. I think their call was interference, but yeah, definitely not one you'd like to take with 30 seconds left to go. South Australia will get to work, but Warden gets that one first and regroups for South Australia. So Kudelka moves that one to Friedrich. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. We're about to get an ice cut here, so really a momentum shift. Here is Dominic Trinker wheeling that one out of his defensive zone. Trinker onto the stick of Laurier, but bounces over. Here is Umet. Umet rims that one back down. There are 15 seconds left to go in the second period, and very desperate times here for South Australia, who really need to get their momentum back. Here is Friedrich. Bit of speed, taking that one wide on the defenseman. Turned over there by the Queensland defence, who are doing everything right today. 4 seconds left. Here is Laurier. Laurier moves that one to Kudelka. Kudelka moves that one back up, and that will do it. So after 2 periods, South Australia down 5-2 against Queensland, shooting them 31-21 though. So yeah, Ronan Hoy, very good job this period. Queensland's come to play. They obviously challenged a little bit when South Australia scored a couple, but they've kept their own and they're doing really well.
Agreed. Jeremy, what do you think going into the third period? What is the coach going to be telling both of the teams?
Well, I mean, with Queensland, you know, we've definitely been in both of these positions, but I think you just need to keep it simple. Like you said, you don't need any more goals right now. If they come, they come, but you know they're not pushing for it as much as they would be. And for South Australia, you just need the confidence. You know, they have 15 minutes. They have to break these down into shift by shift.
Definitely, and they're gonna have 1 minute of a power play left in the third period, so we'll see if they're gonna have any setup plays there, and yeah. You definitely want to see a couple of players like Julian Friedrich. If I'm right, he hasn't scored this tournament yet, and he's usually the top scorer on the SA's teams, which necessarily he doesn't have to step up by scoring a goal, but maybe laying a bit more body if his hands are not there, or if he just can't find it. Just if he hits some people, it's gonna get a bit easier, I guess.
All right, so that will do it for the first 2 periods from myself and Matoush Trinker. We will join you right after the intermission break here in 15 minutes. Welcome back to the Adelaide IceArenA as we join you for the third period of our last game this morning between South Australia and Queensland. Queensland leading South Australia 5-2, but the shot count the other way with South Australia leading 31-21. So easily a standout performer so far. Ronan Hoy, what do you think of his game so far?
Definitely very calm presence on the ice. Definitely helps out his Ds a lot as well without letting any rebounds out. And yeah, it's very important that the goalies are looked into the game and help the team when they need it. And that's what he did. He stepped up in the big moments and helped the team out.
So I'm joined here today by Matu Strinker. Matu Strinker is a very experienced goaltender at both the national and international level now, so a very, very experienced mind here next to me. Still only 19, but you know, very experienced, and hasn't played the Tange tournament, but has played a lot of tournaments similar. What with games like this where you can't afford to lose, and tournaments like this where you can't afford to lose, what's crucial here for both teams? So obviously Queensland's got a lead, and they're on their way to their first win of the tournament if they can make it count. What do they need to do to keep their lead?
Well, keep the feet moving for both teams and try to draw penalties and just put some pucks on the net and hope for the best and get some offensive zone time as of the start of the game, and then they'll go from there. It's break into small pieces.
So we are underway. South Australia still on a power play with 1 minute 15 left to go on their power play. It will be Daniel Kudelka regrouping with Julian Friedrich. Friedrich bounces off his stick there and picked up by Campbell on the forecheck. Campbell gets to work protecting that puck there and killing some time off the clock. Campbell still in possession, so a very good start there for the Queensland forecheck, who are looking to kill off the rest of this penalty. Here is Kudelka picking that one up finally and getting to work for South Australia. Kudelka wheeling up with some pressure there, moves it across to Nikita Loria. Loria over the blue line, finds his stick tied up there. Julian Friedrich picks it up, shoots, and off the post. Picked up by
Julian Friedrich.
Here is Friedrich at the point again. Shoots, blocked there by Campbell. Picked up once more by Friedrich. Friedrich moves that one into the corner, delays back up, moves it to Daniel Kudelka. Kudelka shoots, tipped, and just saved wide there by Ronan Hoy. Behind the net is South Australia. Still 30 seconds left to go on their power play. Looking to get someone here. Moved into the slot, and Story picks that one up as he goes back the other way for Queensland. Story on the penalty kill. Takes that one wide of Daniel Kudelka. Tom Story poked off his stick there, but a good save from Seth Anspach, who makes a very nice save on Tom Story, as South Australia almost had a great goal there, but gave one up the other way. And with 8 seconds left to go, it looks like Queensland have done a very good job of killing this penalty. So now 13 minutes left to go in the game. South Australia need 3 to get back in this one, and Queensland will just be very content running the clock down. Here's Friedrich taking that one wide of the defence in Umet. Friedrich shoots, good save there from Hoy, and another good save there from Ronan Hoy, who continues to be a very solid netminder.
So here we got some stats from the stat sheet. As we see, as Jamie mentioned, there's a big difference in the shots, but grade A opportunities for Queensland in the first period with 3-1, and in the second 7-2. So even though the shots for SA are higher, Queensland's getting better opportunities on the net. So I think that's what makes the biggest difference in the game.
Yeah, definitely. We're very lucky to have some in-depth stats sheets from some of our helpers here tonight. But James Williams wins that draw back to Luca Loria, who moves it up to Aiden Shea. Fumbles on the first shot, but keeps possession. Here is Shea. Shea working his way to the corner, and Hoy will cover that one. So for those that didn't notice, net was off on the last whistle, and there's a new rule in play now where if the net comes off of a defensive team player, there is no change. So Queensland will take that whistle and they'll make their first change here in the period. So a very important one there. Here is Luca Loria. Luca Loria finds Lucas Gavin. Good shot there, but just high and picked up there by Bond. Bond getting to work out of his defensive zone onto the stick of Middleton. Middleton moves that one up, intercepted by Aiden Shea, who will turn that one back the other way. Shea dumps that one down, and it looks like it will be icing, but it's waved off. Bond gets there first though. Bond moves it up to the stick of Luca Loria, who takes a good hit there from Bond and keeps working. Here is Lucas Gavin. Gavin working behind the Queensland net. Gavin still in possession, but a good hit there from Bond, and McElliott moves it back up to the board. Shot there from Shea. Williams picks that one up, and a good save from Ronan Hoy, who continues his very stellar performance tonight.
Definitely. Very a bit of a tricky shot, I guess. It trickles up and down. Those are very tricky, especially with an empty play, like with a free play from the net. He handled the situation pretty well.
So here is South Australia getting back to work through O'Hanley, and Story on the draw for Queensland. O'Hanley wins that one back, but picked up by Umet. Umet rims that one around, and it will be Song to get there first. Song Tips that one back down to O'Hanley. O'Hanley getting to work there against Warden. Warden wins that puck battle and moves it up the boards. Here is Queensland trying to get it out the zone, but kept in by Von Einem. Getting back to work and chip down. It will be Story and O'Brien chasing that puck down. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien chips that one up the boards onto the stick of Song. Song tries to get that one out, but Campbell with some good forechecking pressure there. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien rims that one back around onto the stick of Daniel O'Hanley. O'Hanley chips that one up the boards and onto the stick of Warden. Warden rims that one right back down into the Queensland offensive zone, and they'll get back to work. Here's Fixter. Fixter onto the stick of Campbell. Campbell wheeling behind his net with some very patient play there. Campbell moves that one up the boards to Umet. Umet shoot, good save there from Anspach, and Von Einem will pick that one up and try and get it out, but Umet keeps that one in. Umet rims that one back around, and it'll be O'Brien to get there first. No pressure there from Queensland as O'Brien rims that one up and onto the feet of Friedrich, but back into their defensive zone. South Australia really looking to get out of their zone here, but it's Fixter to pick that one up again. Fixter sends it into the offensive zone corner, as Queensland have done a lot tonight, and continues to generate offense. So Queensland get to work, and it looks like there's going to be a power play. I'm not sure which team that one's going towards. It looks like it's Queensland, so interference there for Fixter. Yeah, South Australia struggled to get going on their last power play. What do we need to see here? There's 11 minutes to go. They're down by 3. Early goal.
Shots, and shots.
Shots and shots.
We just need some shots on the net, and they just need to hold one goes in and they get the momentum. Because they've seen in this game, most of the goals, they just came in a row. So one goal was scored and then another two, or another one just went in straight after that. So it's just these quick goals that change the whole game. And that's what SA needs to do right now. Just get one in and hope for another quick one.
So good clear there from Queensland as Shea picks that one up, sends it back into the zone, picked up by Du. Du gives it to Bond. Bond sends it all the way back down the ice, and it'll be Gabriel Kudelka picking it up, quarterbacking this power play, while his older brother quarterbacks the second unit. So really good to see the Kudelka brothers getting to work here on the defensive end. Very solid pair there. Here is Shea. Shea with some nifty work to get past the forecheck there, and he takes it into the offensive zone, moves it across to Williams. Williams moves that one up the boards to Kudelka. Kudelka shot, pad save there by Hoy, and that will be held. So 1:26 left to go in the Queensland penalty to Fixter for interference. 10:57 left to go in the game, and it will be South Australia with an offensive zone face-off.
And I guess a pretty decent play by the number 6 Bond, defenseman in front of the goalie. They use a shot from blue line, pretty easy to handle for goalie, so he just got out of the way and let the goalie handle it rather than try and put a stick in it.
So here is Kudelka moving that one down behind the offensive zone net to O'Hanley. O'Hanley to Trinker. Trinker creating some space there around Umet. Trinker, nice moves there to wheel around, and Nikita Laurier almost finding the back of the net there. Some nifty moves there from Dominic Trinker to get in to the center and the prime scoring opportunity. So Story giving chase to Julian Friedrich, who's picking up the puck. Friedrich rims it up, but only as far as Story, so who sends it back down, and South Australia try to regroup once more. Kudelka bouncing over the stick of Friedrich, it'll be Warden. Warden sends that one down, and a hit there from, oh no, it's going to be a Queensland penalty, so we're going to see a 5-on-3 here. It's going to be Warden for interference once more. No. They've called Laurier for South Australia, even though South Australia had the puck. So a bit of an awkward one there, but it looks like we're going to have 4-on-4. So yeah, Nikita Laurier getting an interference penalty there. 46 seconds left to go on the Queensland penalty, and then they'll get to go to work on the power play. So they're content just running the clock down now, aren't they?
Yeah, very interesting call, because I don't really think it was an interference from what I've seen, but it might have been a little too late. But you know, what can you do really?
Yeah, exactly. Not much you can do there, and yeah, 4-on-4 here.
As a team, you try to step up the intensity and try to play physical, which is good. But then also you need to make sure you kind of keep it just in time, I guess. You know, so it's not too late.
So we go through work with Gavin. So Gavin dumps that one down on the 4-on-4, and it'll be icing. So we try again down in the South Australian defensive zone. We've got 41 seconds left on the Queensland penalty to Fixter, and then 1:55 left on the South Australian penalty to Nikita Laurier. So 10 minutes left to go in the third period. Very solid performance here from Queensland, who was desperate for a win, and I think they'll definitely take the way they've been playing so far. Here's Hodges. Hodges in the offensive zone behind the South Australian net. Picked up there by Williams. Williams going to work on Umet. Umet with a good hit there on Williams, but the puck continues to stay on a South Australian stick. Here's Gavin. Gavin to Shea. Shea dumps that one into the corner and as far as Warden. So Warden picks that one up. Wheels past 2 forecheckers there for South Australia, and it is a 3-on-2 for Queensland. Here's Warden. Good wheels there, but a good hit from Aiden Shea. So picked up behind the the South Australian net is Hodges. Queensland about to get their team back to full strength and on a power play. So here is Umet regrouping. 3 seconds left, and we are now even for Queensland. So here is Middleton. Middleton sending it to Gavin. South Australia need to kill off the next minute and 9 seconds here. A good shot there from Fixter, just wide as he comes straight out the box and onto the power play unit. Here is Hodges. Hodges battled there by O'Brien. O'Brien and Hodges giving a good puck battle there for South Australia. And Hodges picks that one back up in the corner. Bit of an appeal there for high stick, but it looks like the refs have let it go. Here is Middleton. Good hit there from Shea, and Hodges gets back to work. So Hodges trying to find the stick of someone in the slot. Good tap down there from the Queensland player, and a great save from Seth Anspach.
We've just in number 28, Hodges just trying to draw a penalty by being a little smart, you know, grabbing his face after the stick went a bit high. But yeah,
good play here from Warden as well. You'll see it on your screen. A good tap down out of midair. That's not easy to do. And a very nice save there from Anspach, who needs to continue to be strong.
Again, a good great play by the goalie. He just kind of let the puck hit him rather than try to battle the puck, which is super important sometimes to make it easy for yourself as a goalie.
So here is Queensland. Good shot there by Moley, just wide. And the net gets knocked off there on the forecheck. So 30 seconds left to go in the Queensland power play. 37 seconds, my bad. And 8:53 left to go on the clock. A very solid shutdown period for Queensland, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, you know, if you move the net, it's a whistle. I guess, I don't know if that's what they're looking for, but might be, you know. Interesting strategy to run through the net. I only heard run through the players, but run through the net might be something new we might try to use, you know, sometimes.
So here is Queensland going back through Boland. Boland forecheck here by Friedrich. Boland moves it up the boards to Story, who taps it on to Campbell. Campbell only as far as Daniel O'Hanley, who continues to play a very strong presence on the defensive end of the penalty kill for South Australia. And Boland will give the puck up the boards to Campbell. Good hit there from O'Hanley as it's picked up by Moley. Moley taking it wide on the defensive zone of South Australia. Here is Kudelka. 7 seconds left to go on the Laurier penalty. Here's Friedrich. Friedrich with a 2-on-1 with Dominic Trinker. Friedrich and Trinker across to Trinker. Trinker back across through the leg, and a great save from Ronan Hoy there as the clock goes to even strength for South Australia. That was a nice 2-on-1, but a great save there from Hoy.
Great save, maybe a little bit lucky, but that's sometimes what you need. Very nice play by Julian. Tried to hold on to it and drag all the players on him. A little bit sloppy also from the Queensland side by getting all 3 guys on Julian Friedrich and leaving Trinker right open. You would like to see maybe here getting the shot off straight away, but
you see the play he's trying to make there, and a good play
there. I guess it might be a bit hard, you know, to just get the puck off of your stick straight away every time, but that's what you need to do to get on to the next level. So
back to work here. It is Nikita Laurier in the corner in the offensive zone. Only as far as Daniel Kudelka, who rims it back down to Umet. Umet flips that one out of the zone. A very nice play there from Umet, but only as far as the awkwardly shaped roof of the Adelaide IceArenA. So good job there from Umet to try and get that one out of his zone. It's a very good skill to have, isn't it, flipping it pucks out of the zone?
Definitely. It helps in the close-up periods. It's 8 minutes left of the period. It's 5-2. You don't really need to make any fancy plays or anything. Just keep it simple and get it out of your zone and let the other team work for it if they want to get something going.
Here is Umet, rims that one around only as far as O'Brien. O'Brien finds the stick of Laurier, but Story chips that one onto Fixter. So Fixter and Story getting to work for Queensland here. Fixter, good defensive play there by Nikita Laurier, who gets back to work for South Australia. Good speed here from Laurier, taking that one wide, but only as far as Warden. Good defensive play there from Warden to send that one up to Aiden Shea in the opposite blue line. Shea tries to find the stretch pass, but intercepted there by Fixter. Fixter chipping that one in, as Queensland have done non-stop today and continue to do so very effectively. Here is Shea. Shea tries to flip that one out of the zone. Very nicely done there as Luca Laurier gives chase to Umet. Umet with some very nice edges there, trying to evade some trouble, and Queensland will regroup. So they're very happy for this clock to just keep ticking here today, and they make a very nice play. Here is Queensland getting to work, chipped down once more as they continue to do so, and rimmed up the boards there onto almost the stick of Julian Friedrich, but it will be Umet who picks up. Umet gives it to O'Hanley. O'Hanley back to the stick of Umet. Umet with some time here, tries to get it out and does. So very, very smart plays here from Luca Umet. Here is Lucas Gavin. Gavin taking it wide here in the offensive zone, but turns it over, and it will be Queensland getting to work through Jamison. Jamison to Umet. Umet tries to get it out, but intercepted by O'Hanley, and finally made its way out by Story. So chip back in, and Queensland let the clock continue running.
And yeah, Lucas Gavin was driving along the boards down the zone, and his stick actually got stuck in the board, so that's pretty funny.
It's just the South Australian rink, eh? All right, here
That's
is
why I love
Molly.
it.
Molly chips that one down and picked up by Gabriel Kudelka. Kudelka rims that one up the boards, and Molly intercepts. Good play there, and they score an own goal. That is very unfortunate, as Queensland get a very nice bounce going their way. A shot, I believe it was going wide, but that will not matter as it bounces off of the stick of Gabriel Kudelka.
And 4 goals might be a bit too much for SA team to you know.
So that is Clary Jones picking up his first goal of the night on a unfortunate turnover, but a very nice play there from the Queensland team. And I believe assists will go to Moley and Jamison. So keeping up a very solid performance here for Queensland. Moley with 2 points on the night now, and Jamison continuing to add to his tournament total as well.
Again, South Australia was down 4-0 in this game in the second period, and they almost turned it around. So I guess that's what you expect from SA. They're never going to give up, and they're always going to try to get the next goal. So
here is Shea. Shea rims that one around the boards to Williams. Williams with some time here trying to get out of his zone. They're going to need a try, looking to get fancy and start stretching the play. Here is Shea to Laurier. Laurier turns that one over to McElligott. McElligott up to Middleton. Middleton shoots just high and wide there and picked up by Boland. Queensland happy with this offensive zone time. They will not be forcing anything now with 4-goal lead with 5 to go. Here is Trinker. Trinker hold down there, but does a very good job of getting the puck out of the zone still. Here is Boland. Boland taps that one forward to his teammate in Hodges, but intercepted by Shea. McElligott dumps that one down, and that will be icing. So 5:18 left to play in the third period. Queensland leading 6-2 against South Australia.
yeah, I also would want to say SA, I think they need to calm down a little bit. They look kind of all over the place right now. They're just trying to rush everything. It's still a lot of time. 5 minutes still a lot of time in the game left. So I'll probably say they would need to calm it down a little bit. Like their leaders like Julian Friedrich, John Hanley, and Daniel Kudelka should step up and probably let the team know to calm down a little bit, and just they got a lot of time and just try to make simple plays.
Here is Queensland breaking out of their zone through Middleton, hit there by Friedrich. Friedrich will intercept that one, turn around and try and break his way out, but Middleton does a very good job there of intercepting that once more. Here is Queensland getting to work in their offensive zone corner, as they've been happy to do so all day today. Here is Daniel O'Hanley. O'Hanley with some nifty moves there to get out of the defensive zone. Here's O'Hanley. O'Hanley moves it wide. Good hit there from Umet there, just creating the perfect separation between the puck and the body. So good job there from Umet, and he will try and move that one all the way down, and the icing will be waved off. Here is Von Einem. Von Einem moves that one up the boards onto the stick of Warden, who dumps that one back down, and picked up by Gabriel Kudelka. Intercepted there by Hodges. Hodges sends that one all the way back down. That will be onto his netminder in Ronan Hoy, and picked up there by Warden once more. So Queensland doing a very good job here of continuing to run the clock down. Here is Julian Friedrich. Julian Friedrich intercepted there by Umet. Very nicely done on a good turnover there from the South Australian team. They continue to be shut down by a very solid defensive performance by Queensland. Here we are through Grady O'Brien. 4:05 left to play in the third period. 6-2 for Queensland. Here is Umet. Umet chips that one up the boards only as far as O'Brien. O'Brien cross-ice pass, bounces over a couple of sticks, and it is Shea who sends that one into the corner. Shea picked up by Umet here. Umet rims that one around the boards, over the stick of the defenseman and onto O'Brien. O'Brien keeps that one in the zone. Good shot there, just wide of the net, and Ung bounces over his stick. Chipped out of the zone there by Campbell, and it will be Story to get there first. Story evades O'Brien there with a nice move. Story moves in and just wide of the net as Luca Laurier makes his back check. Picked up here by Queensland. 3:29 left to play. South Australia very much knowing the clock is running out here, and they're going to need something magical against New South Wales if they're going to make finals now. It is a very good effort here from Queensland to earn a very nice chance at getting closer to the finals. Good deflection blocked there by Bond, and Ung will pick it up in the corner. Ung moves it up, but only as far as Jones. Jones intercepted there by O'Brien, who will send that one back into the zone. And Queensland happy for the clock to keep ticking as we hit the 3-minute mark. Here we go. Queensland trying to get it out of the zone, but James Williams on the forecheck keeps that one in. Here is Fixter. Fixter doing a good job, but turning that one over to the stick of Williams. Williams comes in through, and a good save there from Hoy, who continues to not let out any rebounds.
Yeah, very solid performance so far from him. It's been the whole game. But what I want to point out, it's such an Australian thing to do. There's a lot of flybys in this tournament. I've seen a lot of them in SA team, quite a few on Queensland and other teams as well. And it's something that all the players should really step out a little bit. Like finish your checks when you got time to, and it really changes the momentum, and it's an investment to the later periods.
Absolutely, you really want to chip away at the physicality there, and you saw on your screen just a little bit earlier, Umet there for Queensland. He's done a very good job of just separating O'Hanley from the puck, and he's continued to be a very solid presence in the Queensland defensive zone. Yeah,
but also even on the forecheck, just get into get physical with the defenseman, which is going to wear them down a lot, and they're going to start making stupid plays, and you're going to benefit from that.
So here is Queensland getting to work. 2 minutes 30 left to go in the third period. It is now picked up by Gabriel Kudelka. Kudelka moves that one up the boards to Williams, but bounces over his stick, and Do will pick it up. Williams gets it back on to the stick of Trinca, and Trinca will get to work, but only as far as Moley. Moley moves it up to Jamison, and Queensland continues to transition very nicely in the offensive zone here. Jamison getting to work, knocked there by Laurier. Laurier finds a stick of Trinca. Trinca chips that one out onto the path of Williams, and Williams will get to work here with Trinca. Williams shoots, tapped the stick of Trinca, but just wide. Trinca getting to work in behind the Queensland goal. Moley, Trinca, and Do. Do rims that one around only as far as Shea. Shea walking the blue line, tries to chip that one in, but it's a very nice block there from Jones. Jones sends that back in, and there is now 1:44 left to play in the third period. So Queensland looking very, very likely to have strengthened their bid to make a finals position here. Very good performance here from Queensland. Picked up by O'Brien. We've got 1:30 left to go on the clock as a stretch pass makes its way to Julian Friedrich's stick. So Friedrich intercepted there by Warden and Neither. Nice defensive play from Queensland, just continuing to eat away at the clock. Here is Umet. Umet forecheck there by Gavin. Umet rims that one around. Good hit there from O'Hanley. Friedrich and Hodges going to work there. Friedrich chipping that one past and out into the slot. Here's Friedrich. Shoots. A good block there, and O'Hanley gets to work. Chipped up, and a great vision there from Ronan Hoy with 1:04 left to play in the third period. Continues to be a very, very solid performer, does he not?
Definitely. Again, it's not overcomplicating for himself. He's staying square to the puck. He's just in front of the puck. He's just letting the puck come to him and then saves it rather than trying to battle the puck.
Yeah, you like the effort here. We've got a young lineup coming out here to finish out the game for
we also see
here's Ung, just fans on that one.
A lot more help the goal is getting from Queensland's side and the South Australian side, I would say. So a very good performance from that D as well in their slot. So can't take away anything from them as well.
A very disciplined performance. A team who, hadn't won a game yet so far, and very easily could have lost their finals bid right here. But they've done a very good job to earn this one. And a good shot there from Umet, who might not rock up on the score sheet today, but he has done an unbelievable job. I think he's got 1 assist so far, but a very, very good job from him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's mostly him who's been very solid in front of his goalie and behind the net, just making smart plays and getting out of the zone.
Definitely. So 36 seconds left to go in the third period here. It will be Daniel O'Hanley. Dominic Trinca winning that one back to Damon Von Einem behind the net for South Australia. South Australia struggling to get out of the zone, as they have done so for the most part today. Here is Williams. Williams wheeling that one back behind his net. He will delay for a little bit. Not like there is much time left on the clock anyway, but Trinca will chip that one out to Nikita Laurier. 15 seconds left to play. Nikita Laurier walks in, shoots, pad save there from Ronan Hoy, who adds to his tally. Dominic Trinca, good block there from Luca Umet, who, you know what, the game might not have needed it, but that was a very nice block there from him. Here is Dominic Trinca. Good save there from Hoy, just to pad the stats a little bit more as the clock runs out, and Queensland got a very, very solid 6-2 victory over South Australia.
Very sad. As you said in the last minute, you could definitely see the Queensland team wanted a bit more. They were getting in front of the shots. They were blocking the shots. They were playing a bit more physical as well during the whole game. I think SA might have just underestimated them a little bit and thought it was going to be an easy game, walk-through game. But look, they still got a chance to go to the finals. They just need to grab some points against New South Wales, and it's all they need.
Yeah, very, very solid performance from Queensland. Obviously, a highlight was Ronan Hoy, who had an unbelievable game. A very even scoring spread from Queensland as well. I believe Middleton was the only player to pick up the multiple assists, and McGilligan with a couple points, and Moley with a couple points as well. But very even scoring. You have 6 different goal scorers there from Queensland, and that's credit to a very solid team performance. South Australia definitely a couple questions to answer here. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to win here. They play their next game tonight against New South Wales at 4:30 p.m. and Queensland play their next game against Western Australia at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I say definitely are going to look at a couple of maybe younger guys like Gloria and Trinka, who hasn't appeared on the score sheet yet, to maybe do their bits. Julian Friedrich, because look, if you look at guys like Dan Henley, who's got like 4 or 5 goals this tournament, the guys are going to start recognizing it, and they're just going to start closing him down, and it's going to get harder and harder for him to score goals. So we really need guys like Friedrich and those 2 young guys to step up a little bit and maybe score, or do something good.
Absolutely. So that closes out Game 6 for our Sid Tange Memorial Trophy. We'll be back later this afternoon for a couple of more games. It will be a 6-2 scoreline for Queensland tonight. That is all from myself, Jeremy Friedrich, and Matu Strinker. Thank you very much for following, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. Bye-bye.